Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome, 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 welcome.
Hello.
Welcome back. Biggest welcomes.
Yay. All the welcomes.
All the
Each one of
welcomes.
them welcome.
hmm Each one
So
bigger
many
than the
welcomes,
last.
yes. That is correct. Each one.
But we are
All
back.
right. Well, yeah.
Our
We're back
life.
with our life
Now and
now
forever.
and forever. Which I'm just now realizing, looking at this, that the little things right here on the now and forever are supposed to be like mushrooms on the trees.
Oh.
Cute! Haven't noticed that in all this
I
time we've
haven't
been loading this screen.
either.
Haven't noticed. So cute.
And every time I've seen this logo, like, editing all the stuff and everything, not once did I spot that.
No, it hasn't even clicked in my mind. I don't know if this is the first time I've even registered that it's got that little bit of like red, but I was looking at it. I think it's because we don't spend a lot of time looking at it, maybe. I don't know.
That's fair.
I
That's
don't
fair.
know.
It's just because Chew and Tamarack are so cute, so your eyes just automatically
Because I'm
wander
looking
to the
over
left
here.
side.
hmm
Just like, look at those
And I
little
have no
cuties.
regrets about that.
Absolutely not.
I know, because look at them. Adorable.
Absolutely
But
precious.
that's exactly where we are. We have left off with the most precious of children. Um, and also, I'm sitting here looking at this with the two of the children on the left
Mhm.
with their hands out, and I'm like, maybe we should have done that sketch with them older. You
Yeah.
know? Or like, if we're gonna do them as the children's, I don't like the idea of I have to pick one of their hands.
Yeah. I'm taking both child's hand and walking them across the street. Thank you very much.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not picking anybody yet. I don't like that.
Yeah.
I wonder if it changes ever at all. You get I
Oh,
don't
I
know,
hope
maybe not. Probably
so.
not.
Like in the next stages.
That'd be cool.
That would be really cool,
Yeah.
actually.
Just because I want to see more of it. I just want to see them older. We've been on day one for 50 years.
We've been
Which
children in
brings us
school for
to
forever.
right, which brings us to our continuation because we have finally met Omi and Opa. No, we only met Omi.
Only Omi.
We only met Omi. We got Opa described as being a curmudgeon, I guess.
Basically. Classic grandpa grandma situation.
Except that Granny did not look like your classic grandma.
Mm-mm. Nah, like dating at
Um,
grandma.
no, literally.
What did
Date
we say
everything.
last?
Yeah. So, to the log. I think we just said hi. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You can call me
Right, we can
Granny.
call her Granny. But you have to say it just like that every time. um, so quickest of not even recaps, because we're so far into the game now we don't do recaps anymore.
Who needs
However,
them?
for those of you who do want to recap, watch the episodes. We have a whole playlist that has been it's all in order, it's all the things, it's beautiful, go check it out. Um yeah, dating sim, Chew is the love of our life currently, and Tamarack is just the most precious of beings, and I think that sums everything up.
Yep, that was perfect. Perfect.
Yeah, that was
Onward.
good. All right, this is where we're at. Onwards and upwards. um so yes, Granny, who I feel strongly we are excited to call Granny. Everyone else has been calling her Granny. I feel like we're probably jumping right on board because we keep hearing it.
Exactly. We're getting in the club. The Granny Club.
We're in the Granny Club. That's not a sentence I thought I'd ever say, but it's fine. We're here. It's fine.
Maybe
Okay.
nice to
So
meet
we're
you, Granny,
definitely
you think?
I think just nice to meet you. I think
Yeah.
we're nice. We're polite children.
Mm-hmm. I think so.
Right. She smiled at you wide and welcoming. Meeting you meant getting a new grandchild. That's sweet.
Aww.
Hey, Olmi. Tamrat cut into the conversation with a sharp grin and her brows tight. She flapped one of her too long sleeves to draw even more attention. Indy is Indy is my best friend.
Yeah, that made my day. We can go ahead and uninstall
Tamrat.
now. I'm good.
I think if we just quit while we're ahead, everything is perfect now. I agree with that. Oh, yep. We love you too, Tamarack.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Yeah, that was it. Game over. Um, that announcement caught everyone by surprise, including you, the person it was about. Mrs. Bowman's eyes got way bigger than you'd thought they could with how they looked normally. I didn't know that. When did you make a best friend? Yesterday. She said so, chuckling like her granny was silly for not being able to figure that out. Tamarack really thought you were her best friend? And I am Tamarack. Oh, Tamarack was your friend, but you weren't sure she was the best one?
Ah, bruh. No, 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 no. No,
That hurt
that's
my
not the
heart.
answer. That's ridiculous.
That hurt my heart. No, I don't like that.
No, no.
Um, I don't like it. I don't. Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm.
Oh, I also don't like you
I
didn't think
disagree
you
with that.
deserved that. That's so depressing.
I don't like that either. No, we have to have more confidence than that. Well, we don't, but I think Indy does.
Indy does. Indy has to have enough for both
Indy
of
has
us.
been well loved. Yeah, Indy's been a well loved child, so I think they're okay. They don't have that kind of drama. Um, so I feel like they'd just be excited. That was the best thing ever. That's
Yes,
fantastic. That's great news. It's excellent.
the best
Yeah.
news. Literally.
The best news. And I mean, the only better news would be Chu just actively admitting that they
Meryl's
also liked
proposal.
us that way. But
Mm-hmm.
other than it, but yes, yeah. We have already decided that's our husband. If that were reciprocated, that would be no better news.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
other than that, this is a close, very close second. Splitting hairs. You didn't even know what to do, though you did notice the way your ma was watching the matching happy expressions on Tamarack's and your faces.
Oh.
Mrs. Bowman was as enthused as her granddaughter and her best friend.
It's just one big happy family now.
I know, this whole cul-de-sac is just intertwined.
I want to live here. Dang, everybody's so
uh,
nice.
no, literally. Yeah, how about the Murrays just leave that street corner and we can move in?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think. What the hell is that kid's name? Oh my God,
Oh,
Darren. No,
Darren. Yeah.
Darren.
Yeah, Darren.
Darren. He can move out. We don't need.
He could
We don't
leave.
need him.
Nobody likes Darren.
He can leave. Nobody likes Darren right now. Maybe he'll get better as we get older, but we'll see.
We'll see.
All right. Yeah. Oh, please come inside. I insist we need to get acquainted. No one had ever insisted you see their house before, unless what Tamarack said at school counted. You guessed that's why Tamarack was that confident about saying you could come over, and why she told you to do it instead of asked. Her granny had the same attitude about people visiting. That would be lovely. Mrs. Bowman went deeper into her home, footsteps already echoing in the closed off space. Tamarack bounded after her. Let's go, Indigo. You and Ma were following behind Tamarack again, though this time it was her grandma who got to lead everyone. Ma shut the door after herself. The outside cold wasn't invited. It didn't only smell like old people inside the house, the air was stiff like it had gotten old too, which, let's be so honest right now, does not match Granny at
No.
all. Like, having seen that woman, she does not smell like old people.
And no, no, no. That's the kind of grandma that has like a random art gallery is like the whole half of her house.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. She moved here from
Yeah, you walk
LA like
in
3
and
years
she's
ago.
like hand painted the walls.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, no, no,
Full
no. Yeah,
mural
from
style.
LA. Yes. Her stairs do not have the carpet runner. They just have that, like, instead of where it's white, it's just like the painted backdrop or like filigree or some nonsense.
Yeah.
None of it matches at all, and it's
No.
all completely art decoed out. Like, it's,
But it's so cool to look at.
yeah. Um, so cool to look at. It's done well. It's tasteful. But the bowls of candy in the corner in the front foyer, not giving Granny. It's
Mm-mm.
not.
It's not. It's not.
Um, yeah. Oh,
Interesting.
yeah.
Hmm. Hmm.
A staircase, yeah, it is. A staircase went up, and a narrow hallway went deeper inside. Huge flowers patterned the paper plastered over the walls, when you could see the walls anyway. The hall was crowded with shelves and tables, and those were cluttered with more things. Which is the only thing for the record so far that I believe is
Absolutely.
lore
Yeah.
accurate to Granny, that every inch of this house covered with stuff. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yes,
for
because
sure.
she's not a classic granny. She's an eccentric granny. I think that's an
Eccentric
important
Granny. She's
distinction.
made most of the pieces. Yes,
Yes. Mm-hmm.
she's done all of the like pottery and all of the
Yes. The
vases and
glass
the
blowing.
glassware. She's made the coffee. Yes, she's done the things. And I just know Opa has like handmade all of the furniture with her help. Like it's a
Mm-hmm.
whole endeavor. They've built the house
It's a
themselves.
family
Yeah.
affair for sure.
It's a family affair. Agreed, agreed, agreed. It was sort of like walking through a museum with all the fancy pieces to see, but it also reminded you of a storage closet that was stuffed with things you have nowhere else to put. So, maybe a closet in a museum? Though you didn't know any museum or closet that had colorful candy sitting in a worn silver dish the way this house did. There were two kinds: bright, see through hard candies in see through plastic wrappers, and pale taffies you couldn't see through that were twisted up in waxy paper. I can taste that candy.
I know. I was thinking the exact same
The
thing.
taffies?
I was
I
over here
can
smacking my
taste
mouth like,
where you,
I remember those.
uh-huh,
I can't say I miss them,
yeah,
but I
like
remember
where
them.
you like take a bite and you get, no, you get part of the wax paper in the
Mm-hmm.
bite.
Yeah.
Candy. Mm-hmm. Ugh.
And me myself, I prefer
Ma
like a
passed by you,
butterscotch.
not even. Okay, fair. Yeah, valid. Although Granny is not gonna have a butterscotch anyways.
Nah.
Don't see the butterscotch happening, unfortunately. Um, and if you're gonna do a taffy, do like, I feel like the saltwater taffy would have been a more lore accurate pick for Granny, like something slightly off the
Right.
wall but still vaguely old
That
people,
she
you
definitely
know?
would have made. Handmade. Still.
Yes. Oh, she made that herself. Yes, yes, yes. Without a doubt in my mind.
Mm-hmm.
She's got a whole studio out in the backyard somewhere. Uh, how she makes all her money.
Yeah.
That's that.
That's why all the neighborhood kids know her.
Uh, right. Uh, Ma passed by you, not even looking at the candy bowl. The side table it sat on was much closer to your height than hers. It was right in front of your face. Ah, do we
Hmm.
want the taffy? Mm.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Does Indy like candy at all?
Does
Is
Indy like
actually the
candy?
question we should start with. Does Indy like candy? And does Indy like sweets? And
Hmm.
before everybody, like, of course, it's a kids, children love. No, I
There's
was the
some
type of
kids that
child who
don't.
preferred salad to ice cream. Don't come for me. I don't. I made weird life choices. It is what it is. But I was one of the children.
I hate
Salad
all
over ice
fruit
cream. So
candies.
it happens. Mm,
Chocolate I like
that's true.
though.
You do. You do.
I like chocolate.
I only like dark chocolate because
Dark
I don't
chocolate is
like
so good
sweets.
though.
Yeah, I like it is so good. It is so good. But it's because it's more of chocolate. It's more chocolatey
Right.
instead of just sugar.
Yeah.
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 But I will say I don't care too much for a fruit candy, but I do love sour candy, which unfortunately means
Usually
the
a
two go
fruit,
hand in
yeah.
hand. Right, 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 right. So I have to. So I'm the type of person who like I'll buy a bag of warheads and I'll eat them all in a day because I just eat it until the sour's off and then I spit them out because I don't want the rest of that nonsense.
I'll eat like a lemon or lime
Anyways.
flavored candy, but that's as far as I can go. That's it. You've lost me after that.
Mm, mm,
Yeah.
that's fair. That's valid. I understand. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. And anything grape, that's not what a grape tastes like. I don't want
It smells
that.
horrible.
Gra-
I
Grape
hate that
candy.
stuff.
I don't know what the smell is. It's terrible. Um, all right. I guess Indy does not like candy then.
I guess not.
It seems like maybe that's a no.
Indy is the two of us
Uh,
combined, so Indy is one
um,
candy hating motherfucker.
Indy is like, okay, so Indy is straight up candy is not good.
Yes. That might be the
I'm glad
first
that's an option.
that might be the first wholly negative, which I mean, it's just a matter of opinion and what you like. But I feel like a lot of people would
No,
see that as a
literally.
really negative
Yeah,
option. I feel like that's the first one we've clicked on this whole
really.
playthrough.
I think it is the first. You might be right. Our first negative option, and it's about candy. We weren't even mean to Darren. Uh,
Oh my god.
alright.
Yeah.
We have kept walking behind your ma.
Hmm.
Tamarack's granny showed the way down a hall and through a big opening in the wall. Past that was the living room. Or not? When Granny crossed the rug that was also flowered and sat down on a smooth green chair, she didn't call it that. That is, can we just, for 2 seconds, address what's
Hmm.
happening in this room right now?
Hmm.
My eyes are offended because it's not even bad, but like I know in real life, walking into a room like this, I'd have so much sensory overload.
Absolutely. Because, see, here's my thing. Here's my thing. They started with kind of a nice base, the wallpaper and the
Mm
curtains. Okay, okay. I'm
hmm. Mm hmm.
happy. That nice little, like,
Fine.
the light
Sure.
golden chandelier. Not,
A little
what's that
pop.
thing called? The light, whatever. And just like, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, okay. And then we get to
The
the
sconce.
couch.
No, not sconce.
Sconce. No, you're right. A sconce. That's what it is.
Is it a sconce? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I don't know if it's called something different if it has a different head shape, but I don't know, whatever.
that's fair.
Anyways, but yes, it's like we had potential. We started with a good bare bones
The
deal on the
further
walls.
from the
We started
ceiling
fine.
we
Even the
go,
rug.
the further we stray from God.
Right. Which one?
This is just,
Oh
it's
god.
the
Look.
excessive clashing of patterns. You can have pattern clash and it look nice still, but I feel
Mm-hmm.
like they didn't quite
Yes.
pull it off here.
Mm-mm. And I know it's hard in games, but it's like I feel like we've added patterns where we don't necessarily need them. Like that green
Right.
chair could have just been green; it would have been fine.
Yeah.
The green lamp could have been fine, but we
Hmm.
didn't need the extra pattern on the green lamp. I didn't need that, and like I don't know.
I don't like
It,
the
like
carpet versus the
I can't.
wallpaper. You know what I mean? We didn't need,
No, I
which
don't.
I feel
I
like
don't.
that's the point of this room, is this
Mm-hmm.
is part of like her
Yes.
personality where she's has a lot
Mm-hmm.
of bright contrasting things.
Sure.
I feel like it's meant to be portrayed.
Maybe.
So it's not like it's
I
bad
hope
design.
so.
I think it's good design in that way.
Hmm.
As long as
Because
that's what
look,
they were
here's
going
my
for.
thing. Here is my thing with decor, right? And I apply this even to real life. Even if I don't like the decor, it's not my house. So I
Mm-hmm.
understand that people have different preferences. And as long as you are doing something that is true to yourself and not like, oh, well, this is the trend,
Yeah,
then I
better
don't
home
care.
and gardens.
I, 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 right. I'm not about that life. But you want to have your whole room made out to look like, the tavern, go right ahead. And actually, that would be cool. But,
That would be
like,
cool.
you see what I'm saying? Like, as long as you're doing something that is for you,
Mm-hmm.
I'm all about that life.
That's all that matters.
Even if I walk inside and immediately freeze because I don't know what's happening to my
Uh-huh.
eyeballs. But as long as it's you, it's fine.
Exactly.
This
Exactly.
is, I think, trying to represent that, but I don't. The actual character design and the house design don't match, and I feel like we could have still come up with that, and it have flowed a little bit nicer. But you know what? Maybe Olpa is very little old man and liked the flower pattern. What do I know? I
Very
shouldn't make
true.
guesses.
And also, like, sometimes there are people that I swear to God, they don't match their actual personality. The way they look
Mm,
does not match their actual
you're right.
personality at all. Maybe
You are
Omisha's one of
not
those
wrong about
people.
this. Maybe I'm just one of those people. And you know what? And honestly, sometimes it depends on the day you catch me. Sometimes on certain days, I just don't look, I just look different compared to how I normally do.
Right, right.
You're not wrong. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm
Go,
down.
Omi,
Yeah.
go.
Right,
Point
sushi closet.
blank.
Oh, this is the drawing room. Literally. So this is the drawing room. We are in the drawing room. I come here and I sit on my throne and entertain our guests. Which one do you think is the throne?
The green one.
The
Gotta
green
be.
one? Okay.
Yeah.
Um, well, I thought that, but then the white one looks bigger. I don't know. I don't know. I
I
don't like the
only
way it's
say it because
angled.
the green is in the center. That makes my brain go
You're right, you're right, you're right,
throne.
you're right. Sure. You can take a seat, but do be careful. These are antiques. Okay, she loves an antique.
Fair enough.
Hammerak just hovered around the table. Hearing adults talk was one thing, but sitting down and doing nothing while listening to it was asking for too much. Valid.
Mm-hmm.
All right, is Indy going to sit down?
Ooh, can we play with Tamarack? Is that an option?
I'm wondering. It is not an option yet, but I'm sure we'll get to it.
Damn.
I'm
Um,
certain. You didn't want to try sitting after hearing that. It was too much pressure.
I'm scared to put my butt on the couch now.
Right. I know. Be careful. What do you mean, be careful? How do I sit carefully or not carefully?
There's only one way to
I feel
sit.
like, no, literally. I feel like either we just sit or we don't sit and we just keep looking. But I don't think there's another. It's either sit or don't sit.
Yeah, to
But
sit.
otherwise, we're just sitting awkwardly
Mm-hmm. To
or
sit
not
or not
to
to
sit.
sit. That is the question.
Hmm. That is the question.
To sit.
To
Yes.
sit?
Yes. To sit.
To sit? Yes, to
We
sit.
shall sit.
Do we want the chair or the couch? To chair or
Mmm.
to couch?
Say
To
chair.
chair or not to chair? To chair? I think
To
so.
chair.
Hmm. It seemed like a good place to sit, though you weren't sure if anyone should use a chair if it was so old it might break if you weren't careful. Ma settled into a couch cushion and leaned against the armrest to get even cozier. One second, I have to readjust my back. Because I'm old. No, I'm just kidding.
Older than Granny over here.
No, apparently, Jesus. All right. No one had taken the warning about antiques very seriously. Mrs. Bowman didn't say anything over that, though she did go on to say so many other things. The two ladies talked about each other and their kid and grandkid. Tamarac's grandma was retired, you found out. Her husband was supposed to be too, she said, with a strong opinion on that matter. Mrs.
Mm.
Bowman explained to your ma how he was constantly taking on temporary consulting jobs. And if not that, then he was being taken out for dinner or lunch or something else so people could pick his brain for advice casually, even if he couldn't be an actual employee. You had no idea why anyone would say something like picking brains. It sounded so gross. It was because of that that you started paying attention to the words shared between grown ups more closely. Mrs. Bowman and Ma were still talking. It's as if these people think half the town will fall apart without him. Oh, he was in construction work, remodeling, refurbishing, repairs. Why did I just
Yeah.
know it? Why did I just.
Uh-huh.
I called it. I knew he was making it. Sorry.
Vindication.
Been literally. I see a very apt comparison then. They both laughed, though Ma's polite chuckle didn't compare to Granny's hearty cackle. Now it's true that there's always something or another going wrong somewhere. Golden Grove isn't as young as it used to be. But there's only so much he can do when he's as aged as those derelict buildings themselves. Damn.
Damn, Granny.
Derelict!
Just flaming
Oh my
his
god.
ass. No
Oh,
reason. Don't be catching strays out here.
damn, Opal, what did you do to make her mad? It wouldn't have been as bad if she didn't say derelict.
That's what I'm
It's the
saying.
derelict. God. Dang, alright. Okay, Opa. I bet he's gonna walk in here looking just like a young spring chicken
Oh,
or whatever they
absolutely.
say.
Spring chicken.
He's gonna come strolling in here. Yeah, don't know. He's just gonna come strolling in here looking like he's so young. Uh,
Oh, I'm excited for it.
up the opening and slamming of a door followed her
Yes.
declaration. What did I
Opa,
say?
opa, opa.
Opa, Opa. Oh, yes, alright, let's go, Opa. For a second, you thought this house might be haunted too. Heavy steps came after the bang, and then a man you'd never seen passed by the opening in the hall. Opa! One hand gripping the armrest and the other swinging out towards your ma, Mrs. Bowman lifted herself off the swirly patterned cushion. Oh, so definitely the green one then, Babette. That's him right now. Granny abruptly called out as if she'd caught sight of a rare animal in the wild and needed the rest of the team to get over there while they still had the chance.
That's what I'm saying. It feels like
Dang.
Bigfoot just showed up. The way she's
Literally.
acting.
Like, my girl, that's your
That's
husband.
just your husband. Chill.
Like, literally see him at the end of every day. What do you mean?
Oh my god, it's Mothman.
You're sleeping in the same bed, right? Or not? I know.
She sleeps in the
It's very
drawing
much
room
giving. Yeah. Yeah, literally.
on her throne.
Uh,
Mm-hmm.
they have them separate rooms. Though, that wasn't right. Yelling would only scare the peaceful animal away. Instead, maybe she was trying to catch a shooting star before it disappeared for good. See? Catching strays for no reason. It's just for not a single reason. Talking about derelict. I was expecting a hunched over little old man with his cane. Talking about derelict. I was thinking the man from Up. You know what I mean? Like,
Mr. Fredrickson.
yes!
Oh, I hate that hat with a passion, though. Please.
It's terrible though. Well, I think part of it is the way they have it placed on his head. 'Cause why is it
Yes.
sitting so high up? I can still see your hair like that.
Yeah,
I
it feels
don't
like it's floating
like.
atop his head.
Hmm. It does, and this has nothing to do with anything. But can we talk about the fact that it does look like they've drawn a character with a larger nose? And I really appreciate that because
Yes.
usually it's teeny tiny little, hardly can tell.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. You hardly ever
I'm
see
here for a
people go
little.
out of their way unless they use it as some
Yeah.
sort of like funny
Right, right,
gag
right,
or
right, right.
insecurity.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But just to be like, just here are people with different faces. I don't usually see that. Everybody usually looks too perfect, especially in a dating
Mm-hmm.
sim, even if it's not a
Yes.
dateable character.
Mm-hmm. They make everybody
Yeah.
aesthetically pleasing.
Correct, 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 correct. Which, like, so subjective. So
Mm-hmm.
subjective.
And pointless.
Whatever.
People
Well,
look a lot
that too,
cooler than
because
that.
what
Thank you very much.
heavy on the people look so cool. Why?
The why
Okay,
everybody gotta look the
sorry.
same. Dumb. Anyway, rant over.
I want everybody to look the same. Yes, yes, right. You're right. Okay. Except that one didn't work either because Mrs. Bowman was able to make the meteor still. Mr. Bowman stood suspended in space, silently staring through the wall hole into the drawing room. Tamarak's Opa was very gray, his full suit, his dull shoes, and his short hair. What was mysterious were his eyes. They might have been gray too, or maybe you were tricked by all the other grayness and they were actually blue. He pushed his hat higher up on his forehead with a large hand, slow and steady. Afternoon. Oh, not the afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mr. Bowman.
I love that. Hearing his voice cemented an impression that had started to build in you. It was a low, grumbling noise. He literally Mr. Fredrickson when, what, another 20 years?
Literally.
Uh, it was a low, grumbling noise. The tone sounded the way his scratchy beard and bushy eyebrows must have felt. See, just give him a cane. Even the nose. It's why does he look so much more aged in this little drawing?
They put little bags under his eyes and gave him little droopiness.
I know.
No, he looks
Terrible.
like a young
Uh,
man.
literally. The
Crazy.
sturdy older man, colorless and rough, was basically a stone statue that had come to life somehow, and was the absolute total opposite of Mrs. Bowman, which saw that coming because, again, also Mr. Fredrickson and Ellie.
Mm-hmm. I literally.
Hmm. Hi, Oba. This is Indy and his ma. They're the people in the other house. The neighbors. I don't
Oh,
like the way
what's
he
that
looks
face?
sideways. Mr. Bowman mumbled briefly in response, and his eyes shifted away from the seating area. He wasn't talking about the news, but you got the impression he was thinking about it. Good day.
Oh.
He turned his body to match the new direction of his gaze. Fine, go hide in your cave. We'll be here if you decide to join us after all. Mrs. Bowman showed her surrender and creakily lowered herself into the chair again. Creakily?
Bruh. It better be the chair creaking.
I'm just saying. Dinner will be ready in a couple hours. You at least can't miss that. Mr. Bowman made his escape without looking back. He probably could miss that if he tried. Where were we? I remember. Tamarak's grandpa had only said a few real words. You could count them on one hand. Her granny had to have said 100,000 times more than that, and still had more to go. But your ma was talking too, and you could tell she wasn't ready to be done. She had her listening face on, not her how soon can I get it to stop expression. Um, why do we still not have an option to go see Tamarak?
That's what I'm saying. Like, shouldn't we just be hanging out with Tamarack right now? That's what kids do when the adults are
Literally, what
talking.
is as they
Um,
should.
right.
Um, Indy doesn't seem like a interruptive, rude child.
Nah. Maybe just
Do we think
sat
he's
there.
nosy though? I think just sitting
Yes.
there, I'm like, I don't think he's nosy.
He's not nosy, but he is inquisitive. He is a little Scooby Doo boy.
Oh, that's true. Well, do we think maybe he's wondering about the perfumey smell?
I was thinking about
Or just
that.
curious to be hearing? Yeah, what's going on? What else we might find out?
Right. Maybe what else? What else we'd find out? Curious, because I like the word
What else?
curious.
You're right. Curious is a good word. Curious is definitely indie. Our little Scooby Doo child. You meddling kids. Suddenly, for the first time in ages, Ma looked at you instead of one of the three Bowmans. She hadn't forgotten you were there too. Oh, Indigo, are you fine staying longer? There's a couple things I'd like to discuss with Mrs. Bowman while I can. As little of an impact as you had on the adults, Tamarack still did enough to distract them all. Since her grandma left, she'd been staring at the window and doing that thing where she bumped her back around. She used her hip instead of her butt this time. Hmm. With the way Granny daintily placed her hands in her lap, she really did look like a queen on her throne. You had to wonder, was she a kind queen or an evil queen? Why don't we let the two young friends play in the backyard while us old folks stay here to talk?
Yes.
You wouldn't go far, would you, Tamarack and Indy? Wait, hold on. Old folk?
Yeah, old folk. Excuse me? If I were mom,
Just
I'd
hit
be a
me for
little
a second.
skitty right now.
why, why am I included in the old people? I guess.
Guess they're old to the kids.
I, I guess that's what I was thinking, but well, um, and we'd come get you when it's time to leave. Would that be acceptable, Opal? It was weird to have somebody call Ma by her name, even if it was her name. She was Ma, which valid,
Mm-hmm.
because unless you call your parent by their first name, because I know people do, everyone has that moment where they hear it for the first time and have the realization of like, oh, that's I don't like that.
Oh, you're like a person outside of being my parent. Ugh.
Right, right, right,
Ugh.
right. Because even if you know, it still takes time to sink in. Because
Yeah.
everybody grows up, and then but it's like a thing.
It's like a more intensified version of when you hear your teacher's first name. Or you like see them talking to somebody at the grocery store or something.
Yeah, I see
It's
them out and about.
weird.
Yeah, there are still some teachers I don't know their first names. I still a few. I don't know what's your first name.
Who needs it? No one.
Mostly, yeah. I don't want
Keep the
that. I don't.
illusion.
I like it. Keep it. Yeah, yeah. And even if I did know, would never use
Mm-hmm.
it.
Exactly.
There are definitely still teachers that I'm like, I do know your first name for a variety of reasons because my mom was a teacher, so I also just
Right.
knew teacher stuff. But like, no, you're still Mr., Miss, Mrs., whatever, so on and so
Exactly.
forth. Hmm. Maybe part of that is also the Southern in me that I'm like
Oh,
must
definitely.
have proper must have manners.
I still call random or like strangers if I gotta interact with them. If that, like, I know their last name, whatever. It's still Miss or Mister.
Yes, and even though I know that I like don't like to default set people with the Mr. or the ma'am or
Mm-hmm.
sir, I still do it anyways,
Yeah.
literally through no other reason than like muscle memory.
It's that Southern
Like
politeness gets drilled into you real early.
it's like it and it's serious. It's serious. I'll be talking on the phone to people and or even in person and I get asked a question and if it's somebody I can tell for sure is older than me and they start saying I'm like, yes ma'am. Yes sir. It's default.
Exactly.
I can't help it. Maybe one day I'll be free of it.
No, never. You
Uh,
take it to the grave.
Never. You might be right. It's fine. Hold on, I have a bug was trying to get into my tea.
Eat it. Timon and Pumbaa, that little shit.
Timon and Pumbaa. And it was one of those like little fruit fly looking things that like pop up randomly, not like when you
Mm,
have like 10 million of them, but like literally just one. And you're like, where the fuck did you
right.
come from?
I swear,
Like,
that's one little creature that, like, if you have your door open for any longer than just, like, opening and closing it, one of those will get in.
literally,
Period. They, like, wait. They
uh,
wait, and they're like,
you,
oh, you've had it open
they
for 10
wait.
seconds now. That's my chance.
Mm-hmm. It's my chance. It's my chance. Which is tragic for me as somebody in the South who likes the heat.
Mm-hmm.
I frequently have a door or window open somewhere. So I just have to make my peace with the bug.
Mm-hmm. There is
Uh,
no choice.
Alright.
Only bug.
There's no choice. Only bug. And I will take bug any day over like snake. Because I like snake from afar. I like snake behind glass. I like snake when somebody else is holding them. I don't like snake in my living space.
Not random snake. Almost got bit by
Not
one
random snake.
once.
Eee.
Almost.
That's
But
terrible.
you could just do
Almost.
what an old ex-family member of mine used to talk about he'd do all the time is he'd pick the snake up by the head and then crack it like a whip and
Huh?
break its spine. Which I don't
Huh?
believe he ever did.
No, certainly not. But also, would you tell people this?
He's a
Does this like make us
psychopath.
seem cool? What?
Dude had
Why? Just why?
issues.
Just why?
Notice ex family member.
Guess X. Yeah, right. Uh-huh. All right. Well, let me get this one last sip of tea in before we continue. Sorry, guys. Let me get the tea down before more bug.
Gotta moisten the palate.
Mm-hmm. Well, and I'm getting over concert voice, as you guys may or may not be able to tell. Sorry about that. So we have to moisten. All right.
Moisten the throat.
Moisten the throat. That's a terrible sentence, but I also really love it for some reason. Anyways,
Remember context, people. Don't clip that,
Cont-
please.
context is important, children. uh, the annoying part is we're probably gonna clip that ourselves. All right. uh, that would be great. Excellent suggestion. Tamarac's bag stopped jingling. That was the only reason you heard her intent whisper. Come on, Indy. Her of you had officially been given permission to leave before she zoomed out the room and around the corner in the same direction her Opa had vanished to. He hadn't been the only one who wanted to get away. Don't run in the hall, please. Knowing well that the warning wasn't going to change anything, Mrs. Bowman sighed in resignation. And let me tell you right now, real quick, this is not a Southern household
Mm-mm.
because even the thought of running in the house like that in my
No.
grandparents' house would have gotten me hurt.
Do you ever have those, like, little moments where, like, if you went over to a friend's house, or if you saw something on, like, a movie, or, like, in this situation here, where you see what just happened, right? But you feel this little
Mm-hmm.
pang of, like, fear?
Trauma.
Because
Yes.
I just got that just
Frequently.
now.
I get the little. She started running before she was even allowed to leave the room, and I was like, "Oh,
Mm-mm.
I
Mm-mm.
might have some issues to
You were
work
not
out."
dismissed, and you are running? That's a death
Running,
sentence.
running in your grandparents' home? Nope, nope. In your
Crazy.
house, maybe you'd have just gotten away with a talking to, but like in your
Oof.
grandparents' home, both your grandparents and your parents would have had a fit over it. There's no way.
Crazy.
Uh, yeah. And I last thing before we continue on, but like I feel as though I didn't realize how much of that was a thing until I got older and I was like, "Oh wow, it's those of us in the South were traumatized." And then I was like, "Oh no, everyone is traumatized. We're just traumatized in different
Ah.
ways." It's like, "Oh no, everyone just has a different set of rules."
It's crazy. It's
Okay.
actually crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Knowing well that the warning wasn't going to change anything, Mrs. Bowman sighed in resignation. Ah, fine. No one listens to a word I say. Mm-mm.
I feel that.
You went after Tamarack. Yeah, right. Stepping carefully through the unfamiliar house. Though there. Ooh, music changed.
It did.
That's new. Okay. Though there wasn't anything in your way, the furniture and knickknacks were all pushed against the walls. The only place that was clear of clutter was the center of the hall. Past the living room, there were doors to unknown places and another hole in the wall that went to a kitchen. You spotted Tamarack at the very end of the house. She yanked open a back door and bounded through. I love that the implication is there's more than one back door. She left it wide open, a portal of light and gold inviting you through the dark. When you came to stand at the edge, you found out Tamarack had waited for you to catch up at the bottom of a couple uneven wooden steps. They were bent inward, like after being pressed down so many times they stayed sunk. It was your turn to leave a mark on that impression. One step, then another, and the both of you were outside. Invisible ribbons of perfume melted off your clothes, unable to live out in the fresh, freezing air. Just like Chew's backyard, Tamarack's house had no fence around it. There was no way to tell when the yard stopped and the forest began. It was even more impossible to see where the forest ended. It might go on forever. That was all that was the same. But that's a terrible sentence. That was all that was the same for the two places, though. Instead of Chew's secret hideout, there was a fancy table with two chairs. That looked like it was there for Tamarack's grandparents. And hanging from a thick branch was a rope-strung tire swing. That part of the place had to be for their granddaughter. Woo! I know that is not what she sounded like, but that's what I hear every time I see woo anywhere written out. I have to hear it in just the dumbest
Oh,
voice.
that was a woo for the viewers. Oh,
Yeah,
welcome
yeah, yeah,
in,
exactly, exactly.
Karos? Karos? How do you say that? I don't know,
That's
but
a
welcome in.
good
Welcome to the
question.
stream.
But welcome! So- and I need the update on how we pronounce. Give to me. Give to me the what pronunciation guide for the name? I don't know. All right, Tamarack. Also, what a time to come in to the woo.
Woo!
Tamarack hollered a cry of freedom and skipped down the small stone path, never touching a blade of grass. Very William Wallace of her. She hefted the messenger bag over her shoulder, tucked it away through the whole tire. All you could see of Tamarack then were her little legs kicking up in the air, and her arms spread out past the width of the tire, so she was floating. The swing slowly twisted on its rope until it brought her eager face around. Either way works. It's nice to find a plan. Okay, either way works. All right. Well, maybe we'll just use multiple ways. We'll
Change it
say it
up.
differently every time. We'll keep it fresh.
But yeah, I
Have you
haven't
played? Have you
seen.
checked the demo out?
Yeah, I haven't seen anyone play this either, like ever.
Either.
Other than
Yeah.
stuff from the game
And
devs.
right. But I haven't seen creators really playing it yet. But also, I feel like it's down enough of a rabbit hole that it's. But maybe we also go back and do their first one, the completed one.
Oh, yes, we definitely should after this one.
That would be fun too.
Yeah.
I think we should, since this is just the demo.
We think.
Yeah, we haven't gotten to stage 2 yet. Oh, hi, Indy. You grinned at her and went over. Tamarack's upright legs snapped down, and she plunged the tips of her boots into the soft earth below. It was supposed to stop the tire from doing another spin, except she couldn't stop it all the way. The turning swing twisted her to the side. Tamarack held firm, jerking futilely in the tire to center it again. But none of that meant she couldn't keep talking to you. She happily explained how it all came to be. Omi and Oppa got this just for me. They're too old to use a tire swing, which, no such thing.
Never.
No such thing. Never too old for a tire swing.
Or a pallet swing.
Um, oh, even better.
Mm-hmm.
What's your
Easily
favorite
accessible.
swing type? Easily. We love it. We love easy accessibility. Please don't cut that either. Oh no. Okay. I wonder what's in my backyard. Have we not seen our backyard yet?
Have we not? I mean, I guess
Well,
not.
this is day 2. Yeah.
Well,
No, this
now.
is still day 1. Oh my god.
Yeah, this is technically still day one.
This is
I want to see what's in the
first
backyard.
day. I think I wonder what's in my backyard. I vote this.
Yeah, what's in the backyard?
Also, your backyard is way better than Choose is so wrong.
That's so.
So wrong.
No, listen, Chew's got a whole big playground.
He's got a whole fort. He's got a whole like
No
deal
offense.
happening. And while I do think it's cooler, also saying Choose Fort is cooler, also rude. We don't
Also
play that
very
game.
rude. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Um I don't yeah, I mean yeah, I feel like
Yeah. I wonder what's in my backyard.
I think so. Yeah, yeah. Oh, I've seen it. It's great. It's all forest. Pff, I've seen that. It's it's empty. It's empty. Oh. But then she wiggled her body and dug her shoes in even harder, trying to get out. Let's play something. Yes.
Okay.
Uh, there are a lot of options happening here. What do we
It would
feel?
be
What do
fun
we
to
feel?
swing together. But would Indy do that? I don't know.
It would be fun to swing together. I wonder if we climb up on the tire. We just climb up.
Yeah. That's what I was
Instead of squishing
thinking.
in, we just climb up. Yeah,
Let's do that.
I'm down for that. You managed to get your footing in the tire, only stepping on Tamarack a little bit,
Oh,
and pulled yourself all the way over. That's rude.
not stomping the
You're
Tammy.
swung at not Tammy. I love that. The tire swung and twisted as you both got your legs over the side. From down below, Tamarack squealed. Your feet are in my face. Oh, sorry. Not smell my shoes.
Smell my shoes.
Smell my shoes is crazy.
No.
You tried to poke her with your shoes.
Oh my goodness.
I feel like we probably just wrapped our legs around the rope.
Probably.
Yeah, I feel like
Gotta hold on tight.
hold tight, hold tight. You contracted your legs to the top of the tire like pressing in an accordion. Phew, thanks. Now I won't suffocate. Rude. The two of you giggled and let the tire spin you slowly around and around. No matter which way it faced, you could peer down at her, and she could glance up to see you. Then Tamarack wriggled around again. It made the tire sway even more, and you had to hold on tighter, but she wanted out. She plopped out the backside and landed in the grass on her butt, but Tamarack immediately sprung to her feet and began to move further away from the swing. Something was happening, or was about to happen. You got down from the swing and went after her. She pressed her fisted hands into her hips and spoke without turning around. Tamarack's hair fluttered animatedly with each word because she nodded while talking. That made it look like a fluffy gold sheep was the one saying it. We'd better start soon. It's gonna get dark. Start what? Finding some good stuff. There's a lot of it out here, you know. She reached down to collect her big bag, hooking it around her shoulder like normal. That's when she turned around and you were faced with Tamarack herself instead of the sparkly lamb side of her. Have you been to this place before? Not to this town. I only came here when I moved yesterday. Ooh,
Ooh.
uh-oh. Choices. Oh
Oh
dear.
no.
Oh, we have to type things in. Ah. Okay. Here, options with no typing.
Oh my goodness. I was about to say this might
I was
have to
like,
be a next episode uh
yeah, no, no,
ordeal.
no. I was like, we have to think. Do we live far or close away?
Um maybe far.
I think far too.
Far,
I
far
agree.
away.
Um, do we tell her that or are we just thinking it?
Mm, maybe tell her. We're having a conversation. It's just us
Can we
and
tell her
Tammy.
the place I used to live was really, really far away?
Yeah.
Or was it?
Really,
Okay.
really.
Really, really far away. Oh,
Even though it was
really?
technically like
That's
30 minutes.
amazing. Yeah, right. Right. But that feels like a lifetime to the children. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Although, did we establish how far? I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
It's been such a long day and a half.
The world's longest day and a half, I swear.
Ever. Really, that's amazing. And we're the same again. I haven't been here a long time either. But I've learned a lot already about outside and everything. All the forests in the world are different, and some places don't even have forests. This one is great because there's mushrooms and rose hips and acorns and great rocks and more. I can show you good spots to find things since you're newer to this forest than me. Okay, here's the question.
Mm-hmm.
Because me as a person, and I think you two would probably be excited to go see the great rocks and the mushrooms and the rose hips and all the things.
Absolutely.
Do we feel like Indy is a forest child though?
What is indie?
We haven't established this yet.
We haven't.
I don't know if Indy is much of a forest child. I think Indy is an
It's.
outdoors child,
Mm-hmm.
but I think maybe more of a city
Yeah, I don't
child.
think Indy is a nature lover. I think Indy is just a chew lover.
I think Indy's. I agree. I
Yeah.
think Indy is a nature appreciator,
Yeah.
not a lover, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. I agree.
Um. So in that spirit, are we just staring at her, or are we like, yeah, all right, oh,
I
I'm
think
not gonna find anything.
all right. Because I think even though Indy may not have that much interest in the forest itself, Indy, this is
Mm-hmm.
Indy's best friend. Okay? And we
Indy's best
support our
friend. I agree.
besties.
You're right. We do. We support even our besties' bad choices, sort of.
What else are besties
I'm
for?
down. Facts. We enable. Together, you and Tamarack went on a treasure hunt at the edge of the forest. She showed the way, explaining what to look for and where. In bushes, at the base of trees, under rocks, across low hanging branches, around fallen logs, nothing was left unexamined. When Tamarack found something worth saving, she placed it on the widest, flattest stone in the path. That was to keep her fingers free to do more collecting. When you discovered something you wanted to take with you, you placed it on the table instead. Your piles grew rapidly as the two of you dashed back and forth from the clearing near the house in the wilderness a few feet away. Just like in class, Tamarack was fully focused and squinting hard. She only ever stopped snooping to rub her tattered sleeve ends into her eyelids, then kept going. Maybe dirt was getting in her eyes with how close she kept getting to the ground, and maybe bits of twigs too, since she wasn't afraid to shove her head into the brush. Leaves did get stuck in her hair, same as the first time you'd ever seen her. As time passed by, a shadow crept over the yard, an obscuring sweater pulled over the body of the earth as it got colder. Also, wasn't paying attention to time. Do we want to try and see if we can finish this real quick, since it seems like maybe we're about to leave?
Um,
Do we want to see if it'll leave, or do we want to go ahead and call it?
it feels like such a not great stopping point.
I know. It feels terrible.
Let's keep going a little bit. See where we get
See
to.
if we can find. All right. All right. It's colder. Like Tamarack's own sweater, it had a few holes here and there that were easier to see through. You and Tamarack were forced to limit your search to those rare spotlights. It wouldn't be possible to keep doing it for much longer. You glanced over at her. Tamarack crouched in the grass, encircled by darkness and trees. She shone under a stream of pale evening sun. A few strong rays hit her back, giving the illusion of golden fairy wings. Seeing her there, that way, made so much more sense than when you saw her in school or her grandparents' antique house. That was what was natural to Tamarack, being in nature. Even her name was a kind of tree. When Tamarack officially announced the end of her hunt, the day was reaching its end too. Was probably the only reason why she was stopping. Thanks to Tamarack, your treasure pile had turned out as big and varied as hers. All that was left to do was gather it up. That was easier to think than to do. You struggled to get each one of the small, mostly round valuables into your grasp. Tamarack couldn't scoop everything in her hands at one time. Pebbles and rose hips rolled out of her grasp and off the stepping stone. Cute.
Hmm.
That was close enough for an impatient kid. Tamarack rushed over to show you what she managed to find and carry. This is what I got. She nudged her hands full to bursting with wonderful things even nearer. An acorn dropped to the ground. Here, take whatever you want. Well, but that's yours, and I already have a lot of that. I know. You have your own for yourself. You can take part of mine, so you also have things to give away. Or
Oh.
maybe you'd want to share what you got and keep the ones I give you. Something like that. You can share with your ma or my Omi and Opa or anybody. That's the most fun part. Oh, that was the answer to a puzzle you hadn't realized you were confused by. Tamarack said she went out in the woods all the time. She must have found enough things to fill her grandparents' entire house. Her granny would definitely not like that. She needed room for her own clutter. That was never a problem because Tamarack didn't hold on to the collection herself. She spread it out to everybody.
Bruh.
That was
They
so
made the world's
sweet.
sweetest child.
The sweetest child. Just an absolute dear.
Everything
Ah,
Tamarack does, everything warms my heart. Tamarack breathes,
yes.
warms my heart. Farts, warms my heart.
Mhm.
I love Tamarack.
I am wholly unsurprised by that. The longer we've gone, the more I've been like, oh yes, that child is going to have all of their attention. Validly so. Validly so. I get it. Um, should we take some of Tamarag's or no?
Absolutely.
Okay, okay.
I kind of like that. I'll take some
um,
of yours, but only if you take some of mine too. That feels like
mm,
something besties would do. You know what I mean?
sure, I'm down. The exchange couldn't be done smoothly. Neither of you had free hands to pass or pick up the presents. Tamarack settled for dumping part of her pile over the stuff already in your right hand, then you shook some of the finds in your left hand into her palms. When the trade finished, you had almost exactly the same amount of goods, but it didn't feel the same. You knew that in one hand you held the treasures you'd found with your own effort, and in the other hand were gifts from your friend. Both were important for different reasons. Still grasping a loose collection of forest finds, Tamarack marched off to the side, out of her backyard, and into yours. um,
The music's
hmm.
picked up.
It did a little bit. I'm like, okay, all right. Um, well, we're a Scooby Doo child, so I'm
So,
pretty sure we're following along.
yeah, went after her curiously.
Yeah, right, right, right. I'm going to choose house. He's gonna be
Hmm.
surprised. Oh well, yes. I don't want to go to choose house is just a lie. That's
Absolutely
just a
not.
lie. Yeah, no, no, just single it. Um, no, Indy. Oh yes, now we're more excited than before.
Yes, exactly. That's the
Yeah,
one.
yes, yes, yes. That's the one. That's the one. You and Tamarack crunched through the long grass and a million leaves. The sidewalk in front of the houses was a big half circle, and the back of them curved like that too. When you got more around the bend, you could see your whole entire yard. Tamarack was right. It was empty and growing wild. There was no fort or tire swing, no table with chairs, not even one little lantern with a burned out bulb. If you faced away from the house, you'd think you were in the heart of the woods. Fantastic.
Kind of
But
cool.
how does Indy feel? I was gonna say kind of cool.
Yeah. Not incredible, not tree hugger type level, but kind of cool.
Not incredible. No, no, no. It's kind of cool. It had so much space, and it was your space. At the other end of the field, Chew's fort could be seen towering in the distance. It encouraged Tamarack to shuffle ahead faster. The quicker steps jiggled her hands, and that caused a few more pieces of her collection to rain down around her. Since it all came from the outside anyway, that wasn't littering. That structure wasn't only a sign you were almost there, it was her destination. Tamarack went straight to the hideout. There she arranged the entire collection in a new pile at the base of the climbing wall. Tamarack poked through the heap, pinching up an acorn there and a rose hip here, tucking each into her overall pockets without taking her eyes off her work. It took you a second to be sure, but she was gathering the things you'd given her. She had a good memory if she could remember what those looked like, though what probably was happening was she guessed what came from you by choosing things she didn't find herself. When her hands were free, she brushed them together. Her job was done. Yes. Now,
Leave two
here's the
treasures.
question. Well, the question is, do we leave part of the treasures? Do we leave all of the treasures? Do we leave
Ooh.
all of the treasures I found and the ones Tamarack gave us? Do we leave just the
Mm.
ones we like part of? What
You don't
are we
re-gift a
giving
gift.
ours or hers? Right.
That's all I'm saying.
But
So,
if we give him all, I feel like we've given him all.
oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
oh.
You carefully laid out everything you had over Tamarack stuff. It made the collection seem truly grand. There was nothing left to do then. That's when Tamarack spoke for the first time since you'd gotten to Chew's yard. Let's go. Chew is going to be home before dinner. He could catch us. Or his parents might see us. I've never talked to them. Who knows what they'd do? A thrill tingled over you and you nodded. Right. You fled the scene of the crime. Or was it a crime if you leave new things instead of taking their stuff? It didn't matter. You weren't going to find out. The two of you went around the bend in a sprint, kicking up a whirl of leaves behind you. Not you or her looked back. Tamarack got past the stone pathway like it was the finish line to a race and crumpled into the grass, laughing. But the giggles turned into achy yips once she landed all the way down. Ow, 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 I fell on the rocks in my pocket. She laughed some more and owled more too, each one taking its fair turn. Are you okay? Tamarack rolled off her side to settle on her tummy. She squished her big cheeks against her little fists, and she kicked her feet in the air. The rubber boots flopped around on her feet. She looked up at you, her smile puffed at the sides like it did a lot. It was an invitation to join her below. You did, sitting carefully on the cool lawn in front of her. Chew cleaned up trash, and now he's going to get a surprise from the forest, thanks to us. Even though the two of you were on the ground, your moods were as high as the sky. It was so cool and weird that you were playing in a friend's backyard. When did that happen? How did it happen? You moved into this town, Tamarack sprung out at you, and you'd pretty much been together since. Even your brains had gotten in sync as Tamarack started talking about the same thing. Indy, out of all the friends I have here, you're the best one. It still surprised you that she said that. You'd heard it before, a long time ago when you first came to her house. If she was going to say it again, you figured it would have happened way before. But she wanted to do it then. She kept going. We came to the same exact neighborhood, almost at the same time, and are the same age. I've never, ever met a kid who was just like me. That's important. That's serious. Tamarack had started shouting, then sucked in the loudness with a breath, and what came out next was low. You had to really listen to know. You and me are going to be friends forever.
Yes, Tamarack.
Yes.
Period.
Yes.
End of discussion.
Those words, yeah, there's nothing else to say. Those words were something more than a regular promise, more than a pinky promise, too. It was a swear. Not the bad kind of swear, though.
Oops.
Oh no. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Options. Options. Oh dear. There's a lot happening here, and maybe I don't know. I don't know.
Cause see, here's my thing, and maybe it's just because I think too literally, but like
Mm-hmm.
Tamarack is best friend, right?
Mm-hmm.
Chew is going to
Husband.
be more than friend. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
It's
Right,
like
right, right,
I
right.
don't feel the need, and this is a moment between Indy and Tamarack where I wouldn't even feel
Mm-hmm.
the need to bring up Chew. Chew's
Right.
my husband.
Now, do we facts, but do we feel as though Indy would feel a need to answer anything or not? Or just nod along happily?
Oh, you nodded. Slowly? I mean, that's fine. She was right. It was true and very important. Or bobbed her
Mm-hmm.
head
Very important.
joyfully. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
I kind of like the bobbing your
Because
head
I don't
joyfully.
know. I kind of like that too, because I don't know that Indy, because I agree that Indy would definitely feel this is best friend, this is husband, these are two different things. But also, would Indy really have something to say back to that other than just,
Just
I don't
affirmation.
know? Yes, like just
Yeah,
complete agreement.
yeah. I
I mean, I
like
like
the
that you're my best friend too, but I don't know.
I like the bobbing the head. I like the bobbing. I like the bobbed your head joyfully. Like the
I
bobbing,
I am
yeah.
down. I like it a bobbing. I like it a bobbing. Yes, yes, yes. Oop. Status change. Friends to best friends.
Victory. We won the game.
That sucks.
At least on one front.
Victory is mine. On one, yes. One down, two to go.
That's
It's
right.
not over until we've achieved husband. Because all this time, we still don't have. We
Exactly.
still don't have that established yet.
Still don't. Except for between
Uh,
us and Ma. We know husband.
right,
Husband
right,
know
right,
no
right.
husband.
Correct.
Mm.
Husband no husband, and husband need no husband.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Unga bunga.
It's very much giving orc. It's very much. Uh, all right, let's see. It's a good place, but I need to hear her response. I feel like we need to go a
Yes.
little bit further if you're good.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Need I need more tamarack.
Who doesn't?
Her dark red eyes were two perfectly round apples hanging in a bushy tree of golden leaves. They shone. The swing, the searching, the secret trip to Jew's house, each were complete, and at that point you were pretty sure Tamarack's final plan was to stay right there until grass grew around her. It was that moment when a door creaked open and two smiling faces looked over the yard. Your ma and Tamarack's grandma came to get you. It was hard to imagine they really spent that whole time sitting in the living room. Hi, Indigo. I'm sorry to interrupt, but we've got to get going. Aw, bye, Indy.
Oh.
I'm gonna stay outside. Ah,
We'll see you at
sending
school
a
tomorrow
smile to
if
my.
tomorrow
Push yourself
comes.
to your feet. Yeah, literally. I'll see you tomorrow whenever it comes. Whenever it's here eventually. By Tamarack. Mrs. Bowman didn't even question Tamarack remaining laid out in the grass. She left her granddaughter there and guided her guests in through the back door and up the front one. Why couldn't you have gone around the house instead of through it? It was too late to tell them that, 'cause it was already done when you'd realized it. Mrs. Bowman stopped at the entryway, opening the door and fitting herself into a rare opening between the furniture to clear the path. Your ma kept going past her nice and orderly. On the porch, Ma halted and turned. The hostess had moved to stand in the doorway, so they were face to face. It was so good to meet you two. I'm sure we'll be seeing each other often. Good day. Of course. Goodbye, and thanks for the talk. Mrs. Bowman nodded kindly and slowly pressed the door forward. Ma waved until she was doing it to a plank of wood. The door was shut. Then she let her hand drop and talked to you. Busy day, huh? But that was good. The words went high, a sound of relief instead of low, which would have been real contentment. Instead of just something good happening, it was more like when you avoid something bad happening. That was still good, but in a different way than if nothing had been at stake. Time to go. Except before you left the Bowman porch, something made you stop in your tracks. There was a stranger strolling into the cul-de-sac, rolling a bike along with them. It was almost as long as the person was tall. The sight had a totally different impact on your ma. It pulled her forward. Okay,
Pause.
we have to.
Yes. Cliffhanger.
Should we get a description first though?
Maybe.
Just description. I don't need to know who it is, but should we get a
I got
description
you.
first?
As long as it doesn't go like straight over to them or a picture of them.
Oh, we don't want picture? No picture?
Which I guess is fine, because you still don't learn anything about them. Yeah, let's go ahead.
As long as we don't have talking.
Yeah.
Okay, Mr. Lin, that's a good place to end it then.
That's perfect.
Oh, wait. Oh no, not the in-laws. Oh dear. Okay. There's a lot happening in one day.
But that's great. I'm excited. Okay, yes, we'll pick it up with the next episode. We'll meet the
Uh-huh.
in-laws. At least one in-law.
Or one of them. In-law number one. Let's save it up, guys. Yeah, come back next week to meet father-in-law.
Come back next week, Wednesday, same time, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standards. Typically when it's
Mm-hmm.
when we start. Um, we also
Yes.
do a podcast, also on YouTube or other places like Spotify and Apple Podcasts. That comes out Friday
Mm-hmm.
evenings. You can follow us on any
It
social
does.
medias, Instagram, the TikTok, the like. And thanks for joining us, everybody.
Yes. Thank you for following along. Hope you guys are enjoying the game. Let us know what you think so far. If you are enjoying, let us know who your favorite is. And also, if you're down to maybe try out the first game from the developers.
Yeah, because honestly, I'd love to play it too.
Yes, this one is very fall. It's very autumn themed, right? It's very outdoorsy. The first one, which I have played but not fully finished, just because life, is much more summery, spring
Ooh.
summery vibes. So a completely opposite
Maybe they'll
dealio.
do
Yes,
one
and
for
yes,
each
we're hitting all the
season.
seasons.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know. If we could get a winter and a spring, that'd be fantastic.
that'd be cool. But
Somebody
yeah,
shout out to the devs. All
shout out
right.
to the devs.
Yes,